Welcome to Pizzo's Perfection, where perfection is never perfect. We're author tube and a book tube, and today we're going to talk about my adult to be read list, books that I plan to read in 2019. Some booktubers are calling it the reading rush. It feels like a rush. I think I have about 25 books and it does feel like a rush, but we're going to get through it and we're going to enjoy these books and just have a great time reading them. Alrighty, so I am starting a series on author studies, something I used to do when I was an educator for both K-12 within the K-12 system as well as in the post-secondary system. And so I wanted to bring that to you guys just to do some deeper dives, more comprehensive studies on authors. Most of the authors are near and dear to me, or I'm trying to discover who they are. But the book studies require me to at least read 3 of their works, at least 3. Some of them I read more because maybe I'm still trying to analyze and unpack their writing, but no less than 3, or I can't do an author story. That's sort of the rule I'm putting over. So a lot of these are connected to that author study that I will be presenting to you today. I will tell you, when I got these, I have a new resource to get a lot of my adult books, and that is through Thrift Books. Now, let me make this caveat emptor, buyer beware. Thrift store is fabulous. I love it. So far, it's been a wonderful experience. Beverly Jenkins did let us know that authors do not get any cutback from these thrift books, from the used books that you buy. Because, of course, it's been sold out. You know, it's basically like thrift shopping, I guess. And so they don't get a cut of those profits. But there are other ways that you can support if you use these, because these, oh my goodness, I don't think I paid more than $2 or $3 for them. They are in excellent condition. They came right on time. Yes, I'm plugging Thrift Books. I could put in what title or author and all of the books will come out. I was very impressed with their service. So if you do buy from Thrift Books, like I will be doing, because I want to get through a lot of books and I want to be able to do these author studies. I want to talk about books. There are other ways that you can provide some support to your authors that you really enjoy their work. You can write a review. Please review. Go on Goodreads. Go on Amazon after you read their work and write a review. That my dog keeps going crazy. Okay, blessings. Let's try to get through this. I don't know. Okay, so if you get your books through thriftbooks.com, leave a review on Amazon and Goodreads for that author. That's a huge difference because they're not going to get any of these sales profits. So leave a review. Another thing is, in your sphere of influence, push out their work. Say, I read this great book. It's wonderful. If you don't want to gift it, because maybe you want to add it to your collection of books, then recommend. Another way is to go to the library and request their work in your local library. Request it, demand it. They're supposed to buy your taxes, pays for that library to stay open. Not only your taxes, but every time they ask for a millage, we seem to have a millage for our libraries probably every other year, which is additional. So your tax dollars, your funding is paying for that library. Request. Go in there and say, do you have her books? Do you have this title? Do you have that title? Check it out. And if they don't, request it and they can get it in there. That creates a world of difference for that author as well. Creates a world of difference. Review, request, read, recommend. Review, request, read, recommend. So this is Jacqueline E. Luckett, and her book is called Passing Love. I read a book maybe 4 years ago by her called Searching for Tina Turner. And I loved it. It was so good to me. I thought, and I think about that book often, a lot, because I don't know, it was adventurous. It's women's fiction, but it was contemporary. It was adventurous. It had a lot of, it was Tina Turner. The main character just had this love and fascination of Tina Turner. It wasn't creepy or anything. It was just, she was trying to get her life on track. It was a great book. I mean, it was great. And so when I decided to start doing the author studies, I said, ooh, I want to see what else she's written, because I want to talk about that book, but I want to do an author study, and I have a rule of 3, reading 3 books. And so this is Passing Love. I'm so excited to read it. Nicole Marie Handy has loved all things French since she was a child. After the death of her best friend, determined to get out of her rut, she goes to Paris. That's something that's very similar to the Searching for Tina Turner, leaving behind a marriage proposal. While there, Nicole chances upon an old photo of her father, lovingly inscribed in his hand to a woman Nicole has never heard of. What starts as a vacation quickly becomes an unexpected adventure. So there's that adventure again. So I am so excited about reading this, and I was so happy they had this. Jacqueline E. Luckett. Now she's gonna have to write something else, because she's only written 2 books, but the other one was so impactful. I'm still gonna really push her work. It was just so good. It's so entertaining. One of those books you just are swept away into the story, and it's just pure entertainment. Our level of beach read. That's an inside story, but connected to my poetry. I wrote a poem, Why Black Women Don't Write or Read Beach Reads. But I'm excited about this. Passing Love. Passing Love. And this is by Jacqueline E. Luckett, author of Searching for Tina Turner. Passing Love. Passing Love. All right. I read already. I'm doing this whole thing. So, of course, I got to shout out Miss Beverly Jenkins, all-time favorite right now. I'm just loving all her work. And I will tell you, I probably missed 15 years of plowing into good books, because when you have 3 babies under the age of 5, and you're in a master's program, a graduate level program, as well as working full time, you don't do any reading. And so I missed a lot of years, and Beverly Jenkins was all up and through those years that I missed her. So she has about 500 books, I feel like, and I'm trying to catch up. And this is her YA, Belle. I already read it. It was good, and I can't wait to talk about it when I do her author study. So I just wanted to show, even Belle, this is one of her first books, and I really like that line, Kamani True. I remember when that line was really popular, and it's gone now, but it's really nice. All right. The next one, I wanted to do, everybody, I'm late. I don't chase new releases. I don't have that kind of money or time. I've said that before, but I do try to pick up something when it's got a lot of buzz, and there is no other buzz out there seemingly than this book. This book right here, An American Marriage by Tayari Jones. Oh my goodness. It's been buzz for this book for about 3 years, I feel like everywhere people are still talking about this book. So I wanted to definitely get it, and I wanted to read it. And then when I had decided to go ahead and read this before you find out too much, because there's so much buzz out there, and I try not to find out information that's out there. Like, I don't do reading, looking through the reviews and all of that kind of stuff. But I wanted to read this. And then she tweeted out that Viola Davis, I believe, either Viola Davis or Kerry Washington, is picked up the executive producing her book Silver Sparrow. And so I definitely wanted to read this one too. And I probably will read one other book by her. She's written more, and I will do, since I'm reading these 2 for sure, I'm going to do a 3rd book. I will read a 3rd book and do an author study on her. But just to give you some background on this one, Newlyweds Celestial and Roy are the embodiment of both the American dream and the New South. He is a young business executive and she is an artist on the brink of an exciting career. But as they settle into the routine of their life together, they are suddenly ripped apart by circumstances neither could have imagined when, while visiting Roy's parents in their small Louisiana town, Roy is arrested and sentenced to 12 years in prison for a crime Celestial knows he didn't commit. Though fiercely independent, Celestial finds herself unmoored, taking comfort in Andre, her childhood friend and Roy's best man at her wedding. As Roy's time in prison passes, she is unable to hold on to the love that has been her center. When after 5 years, Roy's conviction is suddenly overturned and he returns to Atlanta ready to resume their life together, Celestial is faced with a soul-wrenching decision whether to let go or to try to rebuild a marriage that has lost its underpinnings. As love makes a place in your life, it makes a place for itself in your bed. Invisibly, it makes a place in your body, rerouting all your blood vessels, throbbing right alongside your heart. When it is gone, nothing is whole again. Before I met you, I was not lonely, but now I'm so lonely. I talk to the walls and sing to the ceiling. I'm excited. I know everybody's ready than their mama. And I know that there's a ton of buzz. She's won the National Book Award and some other great things. Oprah selection has just been a whirlwind ride for her. But I'm so excited to read this. And actually, I just finished Sugar by Bernice McFadden, which is book 2 of her study I'm doing. I'll show you the other one that I'm reading of hers. And I'm reading a YA book. And then right now, Alleged by Tiffany D. Jackson. And then I think this one will be next. I do think this one will be next. You got to break up the YAs, honestly, because a lot of them sound the same. A lot of them have a lot of the same themes. A lot of them seem to be reading the same. So I have so many YAs I need to get through to be diligent and supportive with the work that I do, that I got to break it up with some of these. And I write YA, so I get it, but you got to read a YA, slide in something totally different. So that's where I'm at. And then her other one is Silver Sparrow, and I want to read it before anything comes out, because this is supposed to come out. And the funny thing about it is when they adapt for film or for TV, I don't even watch it after that. So I was saying once a book is typically adapted for a movie, I typically don't even watch it, because what's better than the book? What is better than the book? Nothing. I think it takes away from once you know what happens. That's just me. That's one of the things I watch movies 5 million times over. My kids tease me about that so much. I will watch a movie over and over again. But books, I'm immersed, I'm there, and then I move on. I cannot read them again. And this year next year I'm gonna try to do some rereading because of these author studies. I want to make sure I'm giving the accurate perspective and analysis, but that's difficult for me. And partly because when I was an 8th grade teacher, you read some of those books that you're teaching over and over and over and over again every year so that you can give a fresh perspective to the new students. So I don't do that so much anymore. But so Silver Sparrow is the other one that I plan to read by her, and I'm excited. I'm excited. So that's won a lot of awards. Oprah did a best book for 2011 with the opening line of Silver Sparrow. My father, James Witherspoon, is a bigamist. That's the opening line. All right. Tayari Jones unveils a breathtaking story about a man's deception, a family's complicity, and the 2 teenage girls caught in the middle. I'm excited. My dog is crazy today. So I already told you I finished Bernice McFadden's Sugar. All right. So the next one I'm reading by her is, and I could say so much, but I'm going to keep it sparse. You have to watch the author study. Is Loving Donovan. So this is the next one I will do, and then I will have read 3 of her works. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop. I'm probably going to continue to read her because I am a fan. I am a fan. It says the first section of McFadden's unconventional love story belongs to Campbell. Despite being born to a broken-hearted mother and a faithless father, Campbell still believes in the power of love if she can ever find it. Living in the same neighborhood but unknown to Campbell until a chance meeting begins there brings them together is Donovan, the little man of a shattered home, a family torn apart by anger and bitterness. In the face of a daunting obstacles, Donovan dreams of someday marrying, raising a family, and playing in the NBA. But deep inside, Campbell and Donovan live with the histories that have shaped their lives. What they discover together and apart forms the basis of this compelling, central, and surprising novel. Loving Donovan. That's on my list. That's on my list. And most of her books, 24-hour reads. I could probably go through her books 24 to 48 hours. I'm hoping these other ones will be that way so I can really get through them. Okay, the next one is Topaz by Beverly Jenkins. I'm telling you guys, I missed all of the decade where I should have been reading Beverly Jenkins, I guess. I don't know. Being mama and pursuing career. So I am excited. She mentioned Topaz as one of the first ones. They had it. I got it. Just because she's a palate cleanser for me. That is an excellent description of her. She's a palate cleanser. I can read a book, and if I get into a place where I'm at a funk, I'm reading something and I'm just like, I can read her stuff, and then I'm like falling in love with reading all over again. So that's why I try to keep her books in a rotation for me so that, when I'm feeling a slump, I can definitely enjoy one of her books. All right, so I know shame. I know y'all gonna dog me. Everybody's gonna talk about me. I'm probably gonna lose book boss title when I tell you guys this, but I have a funny relationship with books. And books that I really want to read, I have an even more curious, precarious relationship with them. So everybody knows Queen Mother, Honey Child, Sister Girl, Auntie Forever, my First Lady Forever. Michelle Obama released her book. And my girl got me this, my oldest daughter. She's the one who, when a certain book comes out, whether it's written by Oprah, if it's written by Barack, if it's written by one of my ultimate icons, my daughter, she likes to be able to say, I got my mother that book. I raised a reader, so it's always special to me. But the reality is, even though it came out probably in November of last year or whatever, I didn't see my girl because she's in New York and her money's funny. So I thought she was going to send it for Christmas. I didn't see her at Christmas time, but she told me she had it. She said, don't go buy the book. That's your Christmas gift. And so I didn't want to buy the book because that's something we have, that she gives me the books of my icons. And so she got this for me. So like autobiographies are big, memoirs are big. Why don't they call them autobiographies anymore? What's the difference between that and a memoir? I need to check on that. So she got me the Condoleezza Rice, Extraordinary, Ordinary People. It is wonderful. It is everything I love. It's history, it's culture, it's family, it's trajectory of career. It's fabulous. So she got me that one, and she got me Norman Lear. He did Good Times, Jeffersons, Archie Bunker, Laverne and Shirley, all of those. So I wanted his book cause a fascinating life. And so she got me him, I think Sidney Poitier. And so she bought me Becoming by Michelle Obama. And I did not get it until I went to the Quayle conference, which was in April. Cause that's when I was hanging out with her. So I was able to get it then from her. And April, May, June, July, it's just been crazy busy. And this is the strange relationship about me and coveted books like this. I like to read them. Oh, she got me the Oprah book, which was like, it's called What I Know for Sure. And it's just a little tiny book, but I held on to that book until vacation comes. I like to be in a place where the book and the environment, and I got the whole experience. If I'm running around doing errands, reading snatches in between everything, or kids dealing with kids, it takes away from the experience of some of these iconic people that I'm reading about. I just want the whole full experience. So honestly, I don't know when I will read this book. I'm hoping I can get through it through 2019. But I just feel like to read Queen Mother, Sister Girl, Auntie, my First Lady for life, I need to be like on the beach, in the hammock, in the Caribbean, being fed scrumpets and sipping on tea at the tea room, something. Needs to be something in Paris, something. I need something. It's got to be a treat for me. And so I have saved this. I hope to read it soon. But this is on my 2019 to be read list because I got it in 2019 and I want to devour it. But it's got to be a special time. I don't want to read it in my dog barking like a crazy nut, kids running all around me, in between making dinner, working, all that. I want it to be an experience. And actually, I thought I was going to get to read it this week because today starts my little mini vacation. But it's a state, and we were going to the lake. We were going to be at the lake for 4 days, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm just going to lay on that lake. They're going to eat what they're going to eat. And I am going to read this book, and it's going to be a lovely experience. And we had friends who were going to host us, and they weren't able to do it. So now it's a staycation in my house. And you guys know no matter how much you say, I'm not doing nothing, I'm on vacation. No matter how much you do that, they still, can you get this for me? Can you do this? What about this? You clean, you cook, you do all the things. So I'm not going to read it on this vacation. I will be plowing through this other stuff because, she's special. She's special. But I will be plowing through a lot of my other readings. Okay, so when I do my crazy reading to get to the end of 2019, I honestly have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then the books I had in the middle grade, the other, I believe they were all middle grade level. I'm looking at about 22 books till December 31, 22 books. The wonderful thing is we're traveling a ton, so I'm always trying to plow through in the books with my books. But not so great thing is I'm trying to plow through a lot of my own writing. I'm trying to wrap up once I get the final edits from the editor. The current YA book, I have about 2 other ones that I need to do final edits on, a middle grade and a young reader. I want to do a lot of querying. I need to really get my query numbers up there. And so I'm trying to get through the readings through that in the midst of doing all of that. And mama, wife, career woman, and all the things, cheerleader, on the football team, baller mom, all the things. But we gonna do this because you're doing it with me. Tell me what you're reading. Tell me what you're excited about hearing that I did read. What sparked your interest? Tell me if you're gonna try thrift books. And remember, if you do try thrift books, read it, review it, request it, recommend it. Do all the things so they still get benefit from your enjoyment of their book. And let's keep this conversation going. Let's keep having these wonderful to be read discussions and talking about our writing and all of those things. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you haven't given me a thumbs up, where you push the little thumbs up button, do that. That lets YouTube know that you're engaging, you're interested. And I just love you. Blessings for stopping by Pizzo's Perfection, because perfection is never perfect, no matter what we do to try to live these perfect, prissy lives. It's not going to be that. So just do your thing. Do your thing. All right. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye.